Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into your favorite daily sports and sports betting brand of record. We call it Coaching Company, and we are live on the Stadium Network, Bally Sports Live, Amazon, DirecTV, YouTube TV. The list goes on and on. I am your navigator, the coach. I'm here every single day, and we have a ton of fun over the course of the next 60 minutes. We've got our NBA showcase, Knicks Celtics tonight in Beantown. Also, Tuesdays, we look forward to the big games of the week in the NFL, and there are a ton of them. Also, we look forward to fantasy forecast because we're getting very, very close to the playoffs in fantasy football. And also Tuesdays, it's sound off time. Some of the best sound from the weekend. Quickly, yesterday, I told you we're going to have 5 winning days this week, and we started off with winning day number 1. Your boy led by example, 2-0 last night. No sweat with the Rockets scoring 125. We were 6-3. We will take a 6-3 day every single time that we come out of the chute. Now, the schedule today, always busy, but I want you guys to note that we have our podcast at 11:15 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube and also audio only, courtesy of Believe, wherever you get your podcast. You don't want to miss today. We have Ben Garrett, who is the beat writer, the beat reporter for Ole Miss. He is the guy that Lane Kiffin threatened on the sidelines last week in their season finale. He'll be live with me today at 11:15 a.m. Eastern time. Subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. Turn on your notifications. You can watch it on YouTube, or you can listen to it audio only. I can't wait for that interview. I really, really can't. Also, premium pop-ups. Haven't even talked to Mikey and Rafi yet, but we'll have a couple this week. If you want to have a ton of fun at night and you normally watch the games anyway, and you like to live bet and you want to be educated, entertained, and have a ton of fun, become a premium member. Do it today. Scan that QR code. Get a little star next to your name in the chat, and that's kind of where the cool kids hang out. And also, we've got some new merch coming out in the next week or two for the holidays. And if you purchase a piece of merch, or if you watch Coach and Bro, and you win something on the Wheel of Doom, send us a picture. We'd love to throw you up on the show and kind of feature you on the brand wearing our brand new merch. All right, housekeeping is finished. I am ready to roll. But the question is the company? I believe that they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to beat the books. Oh, look at this crew today. We go 5 wide, running the weave today. Now, this man, I'm surprised he's even out of bed. December is all about finals. He's got plenty of production to do with the women's basketball team. Football just got done. He is live from Dallas, Fort Worth, the youngest member of our crew, young Peyton. Good morning.
Morning, guys. Big day for me here at the Peyton Lodge Studios. It's final exams, final papers week, but forget about classes because tomorrow is my women's basketball color commentary debut on KTCU Radio 88.7 Boys. You guys know how much I love talking hoops, so couldn't be more excited to do color tomorrow night as the Horned Frogs host the Incarnate Word Cardinals. Let's go.
Wow, Incarnate Word. Is there any way to get audio with video that we can play it on the show?
Yes, we'll have to. I'll be recording the radio throughout the time.
If only you had somebody in the family that was a radio personality to help you out with it. Interesting. You have a dad and you have a mentor who has his own show on Sirius XM. Very interesting, young Peyton. Very interesting. Now, he's got the best beard in the game. You can read all of his great stuff over at Prize Picks. Soupy, what's good?
Well, it's good, everybody. Just want to wish my mother a happy birthday. I know she's watching, so happy birthday, Mom.
Oh, Mama Soupy. All right, 2 Raphael claps in the A's? My goodness. By the way, I know, we've been talking a lot about you with the whole Manungai controversy. It's still going.
Mikey added too many syllables to his name. He made up syllables for his name. I don't get it.
Understood. Understood. Upstairs, this man has been flying high ever since his Bears beat his Eagles on Friday. Mikey P, what's good, man?
Good morning, guys. Coach, little over 24 hours, and your boy's got to stick to his word. I'll be sitting in the chair, getting the good, better, best tattoo. I'm worried. I'm worried
For the brand that we have to actually show that stupid video that I promised that we would do. Now, speaking of sitting in the chair, speaking of getting out of bed, about, I don't know, 5 hours ago, this man was still popping bottles. This man was still getting busy. Not one, not two, but 3 times inside the Legends Lounge for my guy, Raphael. And he did it with a flex. Special teams? You got in the lounge with special teams? Good morning, Raphael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. Let me do my Dirty Don flex as I got in not one, not two, but 3 times. Me, Michael Jordan, Pat Riley, we all have something in common. 3 times into the
3
lounge.
rings. 3 rings. Oh my goodness. I can't believe you do with special teams. All right, gentlemen. So today, as we get into our best bets, we got to tighten it up just a little bit because we have a brand new segment called the 25 Days of Coachmas, where we give out something that's just a Christmas gift to all of you. Could be a pick, could be a storyline, could be anything. So let's tighten things up. Who would like the smoke? Oh, Mike, you a little slow there, big dog. Soupy, best bets, go.
I'm starting with the Avalanche on the puck line. Utter dominance this year. 18 wins, 15 of them on the puck line. I don't care who they're facing. Tonight, it's the Canucks, who are under 500. So get me a -1.5 at -125. And then let's take the NBA dominant team, the Thunder, going against the Warriors, -11.5. They beat them by 22 in the last matchup. And the Warriors, well, they don't do well when they're getting a lot of points. When the spread is -8.5 or more, they're 0-3 this year. So take the Thunder at -11.5.
Yeah, this is the same team that they want to beat their all-time record of 72 wins, and they're out to a great start, 20-1. You don't think they'd like to add the Warriors to that clip as they get to 73 wins? They're going to do it. They're motivated every single night. Soupy, great start. All right, let's come downstairs. Mikey P, you're up next.
Coach, I love chaos. I love pettiness.
Oh, no.
I love storylines. So, in the world of college sports, New Orleans, Louisiana, they've been all over the spotlight. So, I'm going with Derek Queen of the New Orleans Pelicans. By the way, a rookie center is second on the Pelicans in assist leaders. So, give me Derek Queen over 23.5. PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. Neemias Queta of the Boston Celtics went off. He had a double-double against Rudy Gobert on Saturday. I like Derek Queen to hit this number. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but a certain fan base in college sports, Ole Miss, they're a bit fired up. So give me Ole Miss, Miami, men's college basketball in Oxford tonight to go over 145.5. By the way, if you're a Miami player, good luck hearing yourself think in Oxford tonight.
Yeah, there may be more people, though, out at the airport than there are in this basketball game tonight. All right, Mikey P, great job. Let's come downstairs even more. Young Peyton, you're up.
Yeah, we're taking the Tennessee Volunteers to cover the 6.5 tonight. This one's on ESPN too. Syracuse stinks, but I think they're going to be blown out. But Keon Anthony, Carmelo's son, plays for Syracuse, so why not throw it on national television? The Volunteers are one of the best teams in the country, with maybe the best player in the country at top 5, maybe top 3 draft pick, Nate Ament. If you don't know who he is, watch the game tonight. You'll remember his name. The Vols cover because they have the best player on the court. And speaking of better athletes, Duke has a lot of them. They're playing Florida tonight on ESPN. They're 7.5-point favorites. Sounds like a lot, but did anyone watch the Florida Gators get stomped on by my TCU Horned Frogs over my Thanksgiving break? It's as simple as this. If TCU can beat them by 4, Duke can beat them by 20. Duke covers tonight and probably wins this game by double digits.
It's a great take. I'm going to go next quickly. I like the Knicks +1. This should not be, and depending on the book, they're favored in some. My books, they're +1 at the Celtics tonight. Boston's just simply not that good. And then Grizzlies and the Spurs. Spurs are an over team. Grizzlies have won 3 in a row. They're playing better. Their offense is in rhythm. So I like them tonight over 231 -108. Raphael, you're up.
Going to college hoops on both plays. Florida team total over 74.5 their last 6 games. They're 5-1, and they're averaging 85.6 points per game. So give me the 74.5. And then give me Notre Dame. This one opened up at pick, and now it's 2, and I think it'll probably move to 3. Just Mizzou has played cupcakes all season long. I like Notre Dame at home. They've covered 5 of their last 6 at home as well.
You know I've got 4 shows today, and I can't move out of the seat. Why are you bringing up food? I'm starving right now. You're talking about cupcakes. All right, gentlemen, well done. I said yesterday around 6 wins. That's exactly what we got today. 10 play. Let's go 7-3. I'll take a 7-3 day. All right, now we want to give back to you, and it's not always about the number. It's not always about the pick. Sometimes it's just about giving you something that could help you or you could enjoy. So this is day number 2 in our 25 days to Coachmas. What are we unwrapping today? Mr. Peyton Lodge, let's start with you.
Yeah, I'm all over college hoops this year, men's and women's, but need to let it be known that Duke is even money to win the ACC right now. Why does it matter right now? Why do I need to mention it day 2 and not day 20 of Coachmas? Well, by the time day 20 rolls around, Duke's going to be heavy favorites. The only team right now behind them is Louisville, and they're about to lose a game or 2 to Arkansas, Indiana, or Tennessee in the next week or 2. Get this price while you can, because Duke is one of the best teams in the country, and without question, by far the best team in the ACC.
Leave it to our youngest member to follow the rules of Coachmas. That's exactly what we're looking for, young Peyton. All right, let's come next door. Soupy, what do you got to unwrap today?
You kind of teased this already. I am enjoying the dominance of the Thunder, 20-1. They're just one loss off the pace of that 2015-2016 Golden State Warriors that went 73-9. They're looking to go 78-4, and I am enjoying this dominance. It's sort of like a heel thing. I enjoy watching the heels, and it's the same thing with the Avalanche, 18-1-6. They have 42 points right now. The Bruins, who have the points record, they had 43 points. So both these teams are on pace to break those single season records, and I am enjoying watching the dominance.
It's a great gift. Absolutely a great gift. Raphael, what are you unwrapping today?
The great gift of the holidays is spending it with your family. And what did I get to do when I was watching Pittsburgh and Buffalo with very rarely with my mom and dad in the same room? Explaining them how to live bet Pittsburgh and Buffalo and teaching them how it all works and then understanding at the end of it. I couldn't be more prouder. I actually was dropping tears as I was teaching them. That's what the holidays, that's what Coachmas is all about.
Oh, my God. I would love to have seen video of that. I really would have. All right, Mikey P, on day number 2, what is your gift today?
Well, Coach, you mentioned premium pop-ups, and no longer on December 2nd can I enjoy Maction on a Tuesday. But what I can enjoy is the ACC-SEC showdown starting tonight in college basketball. Give me all these high-level ranked matchups. Give me 2 of the very best conferences going head-to-head.
And that is why we have the Florida team total, correct? That's why we have the Duke play tonight. Peyton, where's that those games being played at?
Duke's in the toughest place to play in the country, Cameron Indoor. I mean, how do you go there and try to win a game? Good luck.
Yeah, it's not a New York thing. It's an on-campus thing. And they all play it. They absolutely do. Gentlemen, great job on day 2 as we count down to Coachmas. Now, we are thrilled to bring on a brand new movie today. It's going to be out in theaters on December 12th, Not Without Hope. And it makes a lot of sense to bring them on as there's a lot of teams out there and a lot of franchises, a lot of colleges that have hope at the holidays. We're just getting started. It's a great day here at Coach and Company on Stadium and Bally Sports Live.
We'll be right back.
And that was smooth as silk. I love tech on day number 1 when we have a new sponsor. All right, we'll get that working. I promise you that, but we just keep on trucking. We have a lot more to get to on the other side. Sound off and our fantasy forecast. We'll be right back. All right, you degenerates. Let's continue to watch on our YouTube page. The Bears beat the Eagles. We're going to get to that. But Lane Kiffin, he was the story of the day yesterday. He called LSU the best job in all of college football. So, Soupy, let me start with you. Is he now he called it the number one job. Is he now the number one heel in America?
In anywhere except Baton Rouge. I think now this is the guy that we can all hate on just because he went from Ole Miss to now right next door going to LSU. I think that he's just trying to sort of collect SEC coaching jobs like Thanos tried to collect Infinity Stones. So I think after LSU for a few years, he's going to go somewhere else. But for now, yeah, he's the biggest heel.
Mikey P, your thoughts?
Coach, I'm very much looking forward to this newfound rivalry in the SEC. I feel like college sports, we have some that are historic, but this one's going to be blood and guts. And I hate to go to a wrestling comparison, but I am so excited for when LSU visits Oxford in men's college basketball. Can you imagine being an LSU basketball player in February trying to get off that team bus? I can't wait.
Oh, neither can I. Young Peyton, what about you?
I don't know if he's the heel, but how about him posting on X? Like, after a lot of prayer and time spent with the family, I made the difficult decision to accept the head coaching position at LSU. Yeah, Lane, the difficult decision was $91 million. I mean, is it really that difficult? I would take it too. I don't think I'm blaming him for anything. Take the $91 million.
Oh, I am. He would have made the same, Peyton. We will severely disagree on this one. Raphael, bring me home.
I like how he didn't know his contract. He didn't know the dollars and cents during his press conference yesterday. But not everyone in the state of Louisiana is happy about this. So even people in Baton Rouge are not happy.
Because the governor is bankrupting the state to pay two coaches. 53 on the way out, 91 on the way in. And it's all guaranteed, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's all guaranteed. So if they fire him, there's no percentage. It is, we'll write you a check. Oh, and by the way, there's no offset, meaning he can go somewhere else, get a full deal, and still get all the $91 million. He's a savage. We're back in 5 seconds. Good morning. Welcome back. Coaching Company here on Stadium and Bally Sports Alive. And I got to tell you, over the weekend, over the last month or so, there's been some really high-level, high emotions when you're talking the NFL, college football. And so we love on Tuesdays to kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy the gift that keeps on giving in a little segment we like to call Sound Off.
Actually, we were going by Tiger Stadium. I called one person. I called Ed Ogeron. And I said, hey, man, all I can do is, man, this place just makes me want to talk like you right now. I did. I was like, we were in the car, and the kids were in there, and I was like, and the coaches, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like channeling Ed right now. I was like, I'm feeling him. Like, I rolled down the window, and I was like, go Tigers to the fans. And I'm like, so I called Ed. I said, I don't know what's going on, man, but I'm feeling you right now. And he's like, Coach, you're at the best place in America. So I feel that. So as I thought I would do, I have no idea what your question was.
Been dealing with your foot for the last couple of years, or is it just sort of the stuff you've been dealing with for the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's called old.
Pick about it.
You get it. You understand. You understand. Just wake up with shit that you didn't have the night before, you know.
Tonight, and I know how much.
I currently have more dunks than him right now.
Is that true?
Yeah, but he don't stay for it, but he just goes out and he don't want to play defense.
We're going to get to that trash talk in a moment, but for you...
Actually turn around and look for the football.
I thought that was Nancy Pelosi for a minute.
No comment.
He's a hoe, and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts, because that's some, like, he says some things that you should not say to another man, ever. But, like, I don't respect it, because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit, and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched the nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
I think y'all have a whole lot more interesting things to discuss than Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your breath. Mark my words, he is not leaving. And I'll tell you right now, if he does leave us, I will strip down butt naked and I will run around the Oxford Square. There you go. I said it and I will.
Or please allow Shador to do his best so he could pull some strings and get me on the Browns too. And please make number 21 available somehow. But
what is this award? It's the franchise player. 21 gold, bro.
Well, never mind. 28 will do. Thank you very much, Lord. And in Jesus' name, amen.
But if anybody's built to reconcile and to get this back on course, it's me. And I will do it if it's the last thing I do on earth. Trust me when I tell you. This was the last supper. God bless.
Call a cop that you know, so they'll help you, because you personally know them, because you are leaving the state, and you got to call them because, you know, you drive with your son, and you got to turn around, and people are like screaming at you, you know, trying to run you off the road. I don't know what they're going to do, and so that affects you in that airport scene and all the things being said. I understand it.
I know you guys are hungry for more, right? Itching. Let me tell you something. The city of Chicago is hungry too. The city of Chicago.
Sound off as always. Once again, fantastic. I can't wait to talk to Ben Garrett in less than an hour from right now after listening to Lane Kiffin. Isn't it amazing, guys, how a coach can go from, man, I love it here, and then in a completely different suit, different colors, different university, act as if that never existed. I don't know how you do it, but never been put in that situation. All right, this is the fantasy forecast. This is where each of my guys will let you in on a little something, whether you should play somebody or you should fade somebody. By the way, Mikey, what week do the playoffs start? Because fantasy is different than regular football.
As far as most leagues that I know of, this will be the final week of the regular season. So next week, week 15, will be the start of fantasy playoffs.
All right, so this is the most important week. I'm going to start with Peyton, then we'll piggyback to Soupy, and then Mikey, you will go last. Peyton, take number one. Where are you headed this week?
Yeah, we're real quick about the playoffs. If you just clinch the playoffs like myself, you got nothing to worry about. But if you're going into a tough week, I'm going with Elon Musk's new favorite player, Isaac Tesla of the Lions, who had 2 catches on Thanksgiving against Green Bay for 35 yards and a touchdown, earning the trust of Lions offensive coordinator John Morton and Jared Goff's trust, especially if Amon-Ra St. Brown doesn't play. Jared Goff will have to start trusting some more guys. And speaking of trust me when I say there's no better time to try new things in your passing game than when you're facing the Dallas Cowboys secondary. Go ahead and try whatever you want. Fantasy managers, go throw Isaac Tesla in your flex this week. It will not disappoint.
This is the time when you're not going to get that roster changing guy. You just want to get supportive players to just bolster it. And I think right now that is Texans' Jaden Higgins. He has 4 catches in his last 4 games, scored a touchdown in 2 of those 4 games. And Houston is red hot right now. They are winning. They're getting ready to take over that AFC South. And I think that Higgins is going to play a large part in that offense coming up.
Look at Rams running back Blake Corum. I say this is a guy you got to have in your lineup going into the playoffs and to close out your regular season. Led the Rams in rushing last week. Kyren Williams came out banged up in that one. 81 yards, 1 touchdown, and he's a dual threat. So the Rams now have 2 running backs, but Blake Corum, get him on your roster.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of these teams, I love how the schedule is breaking out because they have big-time games against big-time teams, and they got to have big-time performances. All right, great take 1. Peyton, what about take number 2?
Take number 2 is a hot take. Bijan Robinson will be an absolute bust in Week 14. Why? They're playing the best run defense in football, the Seattle Seahawks team that allows just 88 yards a game on the ground. Kirk Cousins has been hot garbage for the Falcons, and Seattle will dare him to throw the football. They will game plan the heck out of Bijan Robinson. He'll get stuffed up the middle, contained on the outside. And sure, he might be a first-round pick this year, but he will be a bust this week because Seattle will have a game plan for Bijan Robinson.
I can't believe we're saying this, but you can't have Justin Jefferson in your lineup. In previous years with the quarterback inconsistencies, Justin Jefferson has been quarterback proof, but that's not happened this year with J.J. McCarthy, Max Brosmer, and Carson Wentz. He has been a bust. He fished wide receiver 86 this past week, his second worst showing ever, and you just can't put him in your lineup because the Vikings just can't score right now.
At this stage of the season, while you're looking at superstars who may or may not hurt you, you got to hit your waiver wires. If you're looking to clinch a playoff spot, so who do you go to? You go to Devon Vele, the Saints wide receiver who no one's ever heard of, but Tyler Shuck absolutely loves this guy. He's got to throw to somebody in New Orleans, so get Saints wide receiver Devon Vele. If you're looking for someone to replace your experienced veterans who continue to let you down.
Well, I tell you this, they're playing a team that certainly can score in Tampa Bay this week. And I think it could be a high scoring affair. So I don't mind trying to find a player that has nothing to play for except his career, except next season. When you're looking at fantasy, Peyton, and it's a guy like what Mike just had, Devon Vele, do you see value in guys that have individual motivation as opposed to team motivation?
Of course. I think my situation is probably a little different when I'd say take Isaac Tesla because the Lions are playing for something right now, without question. So you're definitely looking at that. So when you look at fantasy, I'm looking week by week, and I think coming into this week would be a really good time to take Isaac Tesla because of the fact that Jared Goff might have to throw to some other guys because of Amon-Ra St. Brown being out, which is just, as we all know, the biggest part of the Lions offense.
That was going to be my next question. When somebody goes down, Soupy, and then you have either one or a collective coming in, is that a fade spot or is that a play spot?
That could be a play spot. I just think that in lineups, people step up. And this is a great time in your fantasy season where teams know they're eliminated. They're not paying attention. So they're not going to the waiver wire. They're not looking to add players. This is the time when you poach those. You get hungry and you get those best players to bolster your lineup for that playoff run.
I did mention that there are some big games. And sometimes coaches have a tendency, Mikey, to get a little more conservative when they're just trying to win a game. And I saw some people say, oh, the Bears were very conservative last week. They actually were not. The wind was blowing. It was bad weather. And they had two dominant running backs. When you have two running backs that go north of 120 yards, what do you do in fantasy the next week?
I think if you have an opportunity to play either, or in some cases on a couple of my teams, I have both. And I'm not afraid to play both because they can both impact the game differently. Kyle Monangai is going to run between the tackles for over 100 yards and a touchdown, while DeAndre Swift is a weapon in the receiving game. And when you can't throw the ball downfield for 30 yards because of the weather, you dump off to DeAndre Swift and let him go.
Let's see if Soupy has done any homework in the last week. We did not give out a piece of merch last week because he spelled like a fourth grader on this show. Say the name again, Mikey.
Kyle Monangai.
Soupy, if you did you write it down somewhere? Did you just look up at a cheat sheet? Did anybody else see that? Anybody else see that?
I saw a little veer off, yeah.
I saw a little veer off too. If you can spell Monangai right now, I will pull up the wheel of doom. Go.
Kyle, Kyle, Monongai.
Mikey?
Monangai.
Angai. Come on, Soupy. You're not a man of the people. You got all these wonderful people that want a free piece of merch, and you can't deliver. Guys, it's not on me. It's not on me. It's on Soupy. We got brand new merch. Big Tommy's right now sitting home going, Fugazi. So disappointing. Now, I will move on, just like teams have to move on. It is week freaking 14, and we look ahead. Coming up next, some huge games in the National Football League. This is Coaching Company. We are live on Stadium and also Bally Sports Live. Come on back.
Down for some deep sea fishing? Crack of dawn Saturday?
We're gonna be all right. We're 4 big, strong men.
Nicholas, it's Mom. I know you went out fishing this morning. This big storm's supposed to hit.
We have some men out on the open water.
4 men in the middle of the giant storm.
This is now a rescue mission.
No visual. Weather getting worse.
Captain, is my boy still alive?
Hope is the strongest thing that we have.
Hang on! Next couple of weeks here at Coach and Company. Gentlemen, we are still live on our YouTube page, and I got to tell you that sometimes fans go a little bit too far. As much as I can't stand the Philadelphia Eagles, nobody should ever go to somebody's house and egg it. It sounds funny, but in reality, Mikey, the fact that people have the address for these coaches is a problem. This happened to Eagles OC. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not surprised given the fan base. I mean, you throw stuff at Santa Claus, and now you do this.
True.
In all seriousness, we've seen it with Lane Kiffin and people trying to post cell phone numbers. Stop. Just stop. These guys get paid millions of dollars to do something that you could never do. And until you can go in there and do the job yourself, put down the pitchforks.
You have no clue what it's like to coach or play in the NFL. Soupy, your thoughts?
I never understand just this type of behavior. I love my teams, and I'm a Giants fan right now, and that's all we do is lose. But I take it. I can't understand why you would sort of threaten. This is a threat when you want to take it.
Yeah.
This is an assault to somebody's house. This is a threat. I don't understand how some certain people just have that mindset to just want to harm other people.
Peyton, I got 15 seconds for you.
No, it's just scary. I mean, that's why I tell my sister to watch what she posts on social media, because people just see what you're doing and you can see where somebody lives really quickly, and it's just a scary thought to see that someone goes to their house.
You can find everybody's address. I tell you guys all the time, be very, very careful what we post on social media, what comes out when you're associated with a brand or a name or whatever. It matters. It absolutely matters. And if there's 1 in a million, I say it all the time, you could be that one. Then don't do it. We're back live in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are halfway home here on a Tuesday, having a great time on Stadium, Bally Sports Live, Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV. Today, we are presented by the new movie, Not Without Hope, in theaters on December 12th, starring Josh Duhamel. We are efforting Josh Duhamel because we need another person on the show that's as handsome as your boy. So we're working on it. Now, coming up in about 15 minutes, we've got our NBA showcase, 2 big games on national TV, as every single weekday with this new NBA deal. But on Tuesdays, we always look forward in the NFL because half points, full points, they absolutely matter. It's time with all of my boys to kick it off. All right, guys, I will tee everybody up individually. We're going to start. This is kind of something new, Raphael. Let me start with you because you have some number nuggets for us. The last couple of years, the NFL has had the Lions and or the Cowboys play 2 Thursdays in a row because they always play on Thanksgiving. This year, they're playing each other, and this is a huge game for both. 6-5-1, 7-4. What do you got for me?
Yeah, it's so interesting. Thanksgiving, if the Lions would have won at home, this number would have been 5.5. What's it right now? 3 or 3.5. So what a big difference when you're playing in your backyard with one of the hottest teams coming to your backyard in Dallas. So keep an eye out for line movement because I think Detroit money will come in because I don't think people have that much faith still in the Cowboys.
Young Peyton, you are sitting right now in the Dallas-Fort Worth area after beating the Eagles with a big comeback, beating the Chiefs, back-to-back weeks. What's the vibe in Dallas right now?
Oh, man, well, it's living out here. I mean, you're asking your secondary, though, in this game to lock up Pickens and CeeDee Lamb in the same play. Good luck. Hard to bet against Dallas in this game, especially at +3. And Jared Goff looks like Jared Goof out there. He's been terrible. His completions aren't even spirals right now. He's completed 62 of his last 105 passes. That's 59%. The Greek freak Giannis shoots a better free throw percentage than that. That's embarrassing. You know what else is embarrassing? Whenever Dan Campbell goes for it on fourth down. Campbell going for it on fourth down has really gotten old really fast. It's starting to cost them points in close games. I like the Cowboys +3 here.
It's costing them points. It's costing them games. And when the fan base starts to turn on you, we're seeing it in Pittsburgh, and we're certainly seeing it in Detroit. They're 7-4. And then Subi Dan Campbell says, well, we kind of got ourselves behind the 8 ball. No. They didn't. You did. And when the players don't have your back, that's an issue. This schedule right now for the Lions, Vikings, Commanders, Giants. No, I have that backwards. It's hard for the Lions. Let me just say that. Soupy, the Lions, to me, they're going to miss the playoffs.
I think potentially they can miss the playoffs because the NFC North is so good this year. I think the Packers and the Bears are better than them right now, and they could potentially fight for the first place, and whoever doesn't get it gets the wild card. But I'm going to take Detroit in this game. The Cowboys, their last 2 wins against the Chiefs and the Eagles, those are both on the road, and the Lions, they're really good at coming back after a loss. 13-1 against the spread in their last 14 games, coming off a loss. I think at home, I think it's going to be a lot better. I'm going to take the Lions -3.
And my apologies, I had my notes backwards. Here's the remaining schedule for Detroit. You think you're going to make the playoffs on this? Cowboys, at the Rams, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's still a first-place team. Not playing great, still a first-place team. At Minnesota, that's kind of an off week right now. And then Mikey at Chicago to end the season. I think the Lions are going to be on the outside looking in.
I do too, and it starts this week. I agree with Peyton, but I'm going to take it a step further. I don't like Cowboys +3. I like the Cowboys on the money line. If Amon-Ra St. Brown is out for this game and Trayvon Diggs gets activated off the IR, another defensive reinforcement for a weakened Lions offense, on top of Dan Campbell's coaching style and decision-making, I like the Cowboys with all the momentum behind them to win this game outright.
At Detroit, Minnesota, Chargers, Washington, Giants. Cowboys, if they can win this week, boys, look out. Look out. They could run the table to finish the season and be a dangerous team in the playoffs. All right, Raphael, let's flip it over now to the AFC. And this is a big one. 2 8-4 teams. However, the Jags right now, they hold the tiebreaker. So the Colts are actually in the wild card position, number 2. Huge game for both teams. What do you make of the number right now?
There's 2 teams playing opposite football with the Colts and Jags. If the Jags play like they did when they beat Kansas City at home, if they play like they did last week, wow, take the plus points right now because I don't want to take. Jacksonville's defense is really, really good lately. I think that they win this game at home. So I love Jacksonville only laying -1.5. That's a soft home number.
They're getting the Jags anyway. They're getting hot at the right time. The Colts have lost 3 out of 4. To me, Peyton, if I'm just looking at the optics, Jacksonville for me is the play.
Yeah, the Colts have been a completely different team on the roads. They're 6-1 at home, 2-3 on the road. But this is the first time all year they've lost back-to-back games. I'll take the 8-4 team that's coming off back-to-back losses here rather than the 8-4 team that has won 3 straight because 2 of those 3-win games have been against the Cardinals and the Titans. Colts were the best team in football a few weeks ago. I mean, this is a big game for both teams, but the playoff aspirations to me are higher in Indianapolis. I'll take the Colts to cover this game.
Are you serious? If I had a coach's challenge, I'd be throwing a coach's challenge. They beat the Chargers 35-6. Yep. 35-6. They beat the Titans 25-3. So I love the narrative we always like to bring up about who they beat. But how about how they beat them? How about they beat that's I'll do the math. 60-9. They beat the Chargers and the Titans. 60-9. It's okay, Peyton. I still got tons of respect for you. I love you. You're like a second son to me. You really, really are. You're just wrong in this one. All right, let's flip. Oh, you got something to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say let's just do the challenge then.
All right. Let's just go straight money line. You want to go straight money line?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, I've got your dad's credit card. Don't even worry about it. All right, piece of merch. Piece of merch is on the line. I'm taking the Jags. You're taking the Colts. We'll revisit this next Tuesday to see how things are going. All right, speaking of 8-4, Soupy, let me come over to you because the Bills, it was kind of an ugly win this week, but they welcome a Bengals team that if you look at the record, it's not good. But wait a second. They played great last week. Why? Because they have their all-pro quarterback, Mr. Joe Burrow, back in the lineup. This is not the time you want to play the Bengals and a motivated Jamar Chase.
It just shows what the difference this team is when you have Joe Burrow as your quarterback. It helped that they played the Ravens, who are just absolutely looking terrible this year, especially that defense. But with the Bills, I don't know what Bills team I'm going to see week by week. Are we going to see the team that beat Pittsburgh? Are we going to just see the team that's been a shell of themselves at times? I'm taking the Bengals at +5.5 because I think they have that momentum now with their quarterback returning, and I'm taking the under in this game. I think it's gonna be more or less of the Bills scoring, but maybe not the Bills not scoring, but the Bengals will be scoring.
Mikey, do you agree with that?
I like the over in this game. I'm not. I'm not excited. Here's the thing. I'm not excited for the Bengals as much as I should be coming off the Thanksgiving game because I don't think T. Higgins will clear concussion protocol on time. He hasn't started off this week, and I know it's only Tuesday. If T. Higgins plays, I'm all over the Bengals because now you have a healthy Joe Burrow, a motivated Jamar Chase, and a healthy T. Higgins. This offense can only continue to get better. But right now, the Bills punched the Steelers in the face, figuratively and literally. Look at Aaron Rodgers' nose. I like the Bills, and I like the over.
Raphael, go.
Keep an eye out. Snow could be affecting this game. The longer this game goes, the snow might be coming in the second half.
Very, very, very important. All right, kind of a speed round on these last two games. We'll go 2-2. And Mikey, it would be disrespectful if I didn't let you start this conversation. 2 of the final 5 games, the Bears will play the Packers home and away. You're the number 1 seed right now. How long will that last?
I'm going to stick to my superstition, Coach. I am going to take the Bears at +6.5 because I'm not going to sit here and say they'll win outright. I did this last week, and they came through. So I'm very surprised by this number, especially with the number 1 NFC seed going on the road. But I like the Bears, who defeated the Packers last year in Lambeau.
And sometimes a tie can help you. In this instance, Soupy, it hurts them head up against the Bears. But it's not going to matter because they got 2 head-to-head games, and that's the number 1 tiebreaker.
And I think that the Bears are getting disrespected right here. They're still the number 1 seed in the NFC. How are you getting 6.5? I think this should be a lot closer. But even though that the Packers have a great pass rush and they're going to try to attack that offensive line, the Bears have the best pass block win rate in the league. I think they're going to be able to hold that pass rush enough to get the run going, to get the pass going. And I will take that +6.5 all day.
All right, in the last game, Peyton, I got to come down to you because you are sitting in the great state of Texas. I'm calling this an eliminator because Houston is the 4 seed right now in the wild card, 7-5. The Chiefs are the 6 at 6-6. The Steelers are in there, but they're going to get bounced, so we don't have to worry about them. The Texans, as a Chiefs fan, I don't want to play them right now. Their defense is the best in all of football. What do you make of this one?
Yeah, they've held their 9 of their 11 opponents to under 21 points this season. And the last time we saw Mahomes against a good defense was in Denver, and he had a ton of trouble, to say the least, especially when Kansas City needed him to make plays. He just didn't down the stretch, but that was on the road, and the Chiefs are a completely different team at home, and I mean it when I say completely different because they were 1-5 on the road, 5-1 at home. This one's at Arrowhead, a really tough environment for road dogs to play in. Give me the Chiefs 3.5 here.
It's interesting because I feel the same way, but Raphael, when a team kicks field goals on the regular like the Chiefs did in the game where they did come back and win, but it was really, really difficult, you've got to score touchdowns. And when you're laying 3.5, that hook means you've got to score touchdowns. Your take?
Yeah, if you need to score touchdowns, that means you have to score touchdowns with the best defense in football in Houston. There's one thing I'm not taking in this game, Coach. I'm not taking Patrick Mahomes over rushing yards on this one because of Houston's great defense. I'm really afraid for Patrick Mahomes on Sunday.
I am too, and this is a Sunday night game. This is 8:20 Eastern time, Arrowhead. It's going to be cold. It's going to be really, really frigid, and I think it's going to be, grown-ass men are going to have to play in this game, boys. Softness need not apply. By the way, speaking of soft in our chat, Lady C, she's got her own nickname, taking shots, Soupy, at you. Are you smarter than a 4th grader is what she's asking. LOL. What is Mikey can't even control his own house, Soupy.
I don't know, but I think I am. I don't know. My toddler kind of outsmarts me sometimes for extra snacks, but
it is what it is. Interesting. She found her own email page or whatever you want to call it. Now she can't stop. with the fingers. Interesting. All right, coming up on the other side, it's time for our NBA Showcase. 2 big games tonight. We'll break it down. We're having a great time. This is Coach and Company Stadium and Bally Sports Live. All right, you degenerates. We continue on here on our YouTube page. And boys, the previous record held by Michael Jordan, 866 straight games in double figures. LeBron James blew that away a long time ago. But can you imagine the odds of going 1,296 games with not getting injured, not having a bad game, not being off? That was nearly broken last night, young Peyton. You're my Lakers guy. He scored his 10th point with 6 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the game, and a loss to the Suns. So the streak continues, but we're getting closer and closer to it ending.
Can I just say something that has nothing to do with that or with that sport for a sec? Because I just loved that when I love players that actually want to play, like you mentioned, Coach. I just loved when Joe Burrow was asked why he returned to play when his team was 3-8. He said, "We get a lot of money to play this game. If I can play, then I should play." It's just such a breath of fresh air to hear Joe Burrow say that. In a world of Kawhi Leonards and Anthony Rendones, it was very refreshing to hear from an athlete who actually wants to earn his money.
Hey, Anthony Rendone's only owed $38 million, but yet he hasn't called the Angels in a year. That's crazy. In a year. I heard your dad say that the other day on his show, and I was like, what? He hasn't even communicated? 38. Can you imagine getting a paycheck for $38 million? And I don't need to call him. I don't need to. Mikey, your thoughts on LeBron James continuing to be the GOAT of fitness, I guess you could call him.
This just proves that LeBron and Kevin Hart are truly best friends. Kevin Hart just dropped his special acting your age. Yeah, LeBron's acting his age. When you need the walker to get your 10th point, LeBron, look in the mirror, man. It might be time after this season.
Soupy, I don't know if this is going to last the rest of the year, but I would love to see him retire with the record intact.
I would too. I think he's aware of it, so I think he's going to try to get at least 10 points. The Lakers have a lot of good offensive options, Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. I don't think he needs to be that dominant scorer anymore. Just let him get his 10 points. That's it. That's all.
No, he's not going to play back-to-backs. We know that. He showed that in the last couple of days. All right, it's time to talk NBA. It's time to showcase. We are back live in just 5 seconds.
This weather is not good. We got to wrap it up.
This is now a rescue mission.
Hope is the strongest thing that we have.
Hang on! Oh, I love having Not Without Hope starring Josh Duhamel as part of our team for the next couple of weeks. All right, every single weekday, because of the new NBA deals, there are 2 nationally televised games. So we always put them into a little something we like to call our NBA Showcase. Classic rivalry tonight, and Mike, you got to come over to you because somehow, as I found out yesterday, you have 4 different favorite teams in 4 different time zones. However, you are a Celtics fan. And tonight, the Knicks come calling, and in some books, like the one I use, they're an underdog. In other books, they're favored by 1. Basically, this is a money line play. How are the Knicks not favored by everybody?
I'm shocked. And also, thank you, young Peyton, for throwing out a coach's challenge, because I wanted to do one for this game, but I'm 0 for 100 in my last 101. So I don't know how the Knicks are not favored by 8, 9, 10 points in this game. Boston's slowly starting to put it all together. Jaylen Brown got rid of the hair grease. He's starting to play a little bit better, but I think the Knicks do roll in this game.
Interesting. Small white kid makes a hair grease joke for a 6'6". Oh, interesting. Very interesting. I would love to see Mr. Mikey use a little hair grease over there. Now, let me come next door because you're also in Mikey P's camp as a resident Celtics fan. Soupy, your thoughts on where your Celtics are right now? Because as I look at the standings, I just got to keep going down. Oh, there they are. Not even in the top 7. What are we doing?
There was low expectations this year with no Jason Tatum, but I think this team is starting to find that chemistry. It's just Jaylen Brown and Derek White in that returning starting lineup. So they're finding their chemistry. They just beat the Cavs. They just beat Detroit, and they're at home. That's why I think they are the favorite team right now, and I do think they come with a win.
Wow. Young Peyton, you're my hoops guy. Explain this to me.
Boston started to figure things out. They've won 6 of their last 8, and everyone wants to say, oh, the Knicks are going to be so deep this season. They got a really deep bench. Why? Because they went out and got Jordan Clarkson? Really? He's putting up 10 points a game right now. He's 3 for his last 22 from the 3. I think Anthony Simons off the bench in Boston is a lot better than Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Walsh has been good for Boston as well. They got a lot better role players. I like the Celtics in this game.
No. He knows I have the Knicks as a best. No, he knows. He knows. He knows. Oh, sorry. My son was asking if you knew that I had the Knicks tonight. Raphael, let me come over to you. Let's go to game number 2. The Thunder. And I love the fact that they made it very public that they want to break the all-time records list. And I think the reason they did it, they understand motivation after you win a championship is very, very difficult. I'm so impressed by this team. On the other side, Steph Curry is very sporadic. He's now out with an injury for I don't know how long. This number is gigantic, and it's a home game for the Warriors.
Yeah, I talked to 2 bookmakers over the weekend, and they told me they had to go back to look at the archives on how they used to do betting numbers when the Bulls were going 72-10, where they were 12, 13-point favorites on the road. But don't forget, in the second half, I think that's when OKC starts not covering games, even though they're big numbers. I like OKC now, but keep an eye on their trend in the second half when they start resting players.
I'll give you one more take, young Peyton. I'll come right back to you. Your thoughts on the Thunder trying to go for 73.
Yeah, Steph will miss a few more games, and that's why they went out and got Jimmy, but he's questionable tonight as well. And if he's not playing, the Warriors team stinks. What are you going to do? Ask Brandon Pajemski to go get you buckets? I sure hope not. And Draymond just went 0 for 7 from the 3. I don't know what's worse, him shooting 7 threes or the fact that he didn't make any. They have no bucket getters besides Steph and Jimmy out there. Going to be a rough game tonight.
Mikey, bring me home, dog. Bring me home.
I'd be very interested, like Raphael said, to see if SGA even plays in this fourth quarter. The defending champs just got better last Friday when Jalen Williams returned to the court. The Thunder will easily cover this spread, in my opinion.
I'll give you 15 seconds, Soupy. I'm generous today.
We're talking about no Steph, no Jimmy, and how this team is terrible. But the Thunder won't have Hartenstein or Caruso, and we're giving them 11. They're giving 11 points. So that just shows how deep the Thunder are and how good they are.
Would you like to have that 15 back?
Give me 13 and a half back.
Yeah, probably a good idea. All right, we're ready for winning day number 2. Let's lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less. 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Soupy, upper right. Start me off.
Give me the Avalanche on the puck line. They are the best team in the NHL right now. 18 wins, 15 of them by multiple goals. And now give me the Thunder minus 11.5. If the Warriors do not have Steph or Jimmy, I don't care if they play with nobody in the fourth quarter. The Thunder are still going to cover this game.
Let's come downstairs. Mikey P, you're up next.
Give me Derek Queen, the do-it-all rookie center for the New Orleans Pelicans, over 23.5 PRA tonight. And in the SEC ACC showdown, the first athletic, real big spotlight for Ole Miss after Lane Kiffin departs. Give me Ole Miss and Miami over 145.5 there in Oxford.
Let's come next door. My numbers, guys. Raphael, you're up.
We're going with Florida's team total over 74.5 against Duke today. Why? They've won 5 of their last 6, averaging 85 points per game. And then give me Notre Dame -2. I was really loving the pick, and I still love it at -2. They're at home, and Mizzou has played cupcakes, chocolate-covered cupcakes.
Is there anything better than a high-level non-conference game at Cameron Indoor? I think not. Young Peyton, you're all over this game.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, at least somebody thinks so. We're taking the Blue Devils to cover the spread. I'm a chalk-eating weasel, and I bet on good teams to do good things. Cameron Indoor is the toughest place to play in the country. Duke blows out Florida tonight. We're all over college hoops. The Volunteers covering the 6.5 against Syracuse. Apologies to my mom who went to Syracuse, but we're fading them tonight as well.
For me, if you're going to cash with the coach, remember, I'm one of the hottest cappers in America. 2-0 yesterday. I love the Knicks tonight. Don't listen to the rest of my team. Don't listen to all of them. I know what's up. Knicks. I don't care about their bench. Don't care about it. Not in December. And then Grizzlies, Spurs over 231. Grizzlies playing better. Spurs over an over team. You put them together. I like them to get to 235 or so tonight. All right. We like to end every single show with Raphael. Make me a little bit smarter.
We're going to the association tonight because the San Antonio Spurs have covered the spread in 8 of their last 9 games following a road loss.
Man, I almost played them today, right before you sent the info in. But Memphis has won 3 in a row. They're playing a little bit better. They're having a good vibe. Do you think this info could be the other side?
No, I just like the way the Spurs have been playing. It's so weird how good they're playing with no Wemby. So they're just going to be a tough out when he comes back or when they want to rest him.
De'Aaron Fox is so good, isn't he, Peyton?
How about Devin Vassell, Mr. Clutch Primetime? The guy's been stepping up like crazy, hitting huge buckets for them down the stretch. He's stepping up big time.
Mikey, only 6 games tonight outside of the 2 featured games and that third game. I don't know if anybody's watching T-Wolves, Pelicans, Portland, Toronto, or Washington, Philadelphia.
I'm definitely watching T-Wolves and Pelicans because I got to see a green check mark from Derek Queen. But, Coach, I want to throw this out there. Look at your books, whatever books you look at, and look at Wemby for Defensive Player of the Year and possibly MVP. I know he's out, but that drops the number, and I think he'll come back in force when he does return to the court.
And when will that be, Soupy?
Hopefully soon. He's got to get that 65 games or he doesn't qualify for the MVP.
Apparently Mikey didn't want to throw that little nugget out. The new rule they have in the NBA. They'll get to 64, and then we'll have everybody in there. But Mikey said, gentlemen, well done today. Well done today. Producer man, you know what time it is. It's time for all of you to go out into the world. Do not forget, in 20 minutes from right now, live podcast with Ben Garrett, the beat writer for Ole Miss, who Lane Kiffin threatened on the sidelines. I will have him live right here on our Coaching Company YouTube channel. In the meantime, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets presented by Not Without Hope straight to the pay window. My entire team, damn it, do I love them all. Young Peyton, Mikey, Soupy, Raphael, producer man behind the scenes. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about right here. Stadium, Valley Sports Live. Have a great day.